Hello, today we're going to see a topic in gate programming and data structures. Topic scope. You have 1 minute to solve. So scope. When we say about scope, as you've seen in the storage class, we're talking about how a variable can be accessed. So there are two types of scope. One is static scope and one is dynamic scope. So from the word itself, you can understand one is fixed and one changes. What does this exactly mean? So when we refer to static scope, we'll always be referring to a global value, while in the case of dynamic, we refer to the previous function call. So when do we actually think of the concept of scope? Suppose in a function like this one, this x, right? We don't have the declaration. So the declaration is missing. So we don't know which variable to point to. Is it this variable x, the global one, or some other variable? So in the case of static, what's happened that suppose declaration is missing, we'll always be pointing to the global variable. But in the case of dynamic, so if the declaration is missing, then it points to the previous function call. So think this as main. So it will point to the x that was declared in main, the local x 200. You'll get a better idea when we solve this question. So in this question, first in the function main, we have one variable x which is local to main. So let's talk about in the terms of statics. So when we call the function, we see that there is this new value being given 100. So in the case of static, it will point to global. So now we have a global variable x with value 0, it will be replaced with 100. So when you print, it will be printing the global value, and when you come back, it will be printing the local variable. So this is in terms of static scope. But when you have dynamic scope, so when we call the function x is equal to 100, it doesn't refer to the global. It refers to the previous function call where we had a local variable x. So now it changes that to 100. So now when we print, we are printing the local variable of main x 200. And when we come back, we are getting the change value which is 100. So we get 100, 100. But static, we got global 100 and local variable is not changed, so 200. So static is if the variable is not locally declared, it takes global, and dynamic takes the value of the previous function calls. So here, as you can see, the different memory divisions. In case of static, we are changing the global, and here we are changing the previous function call. So the answer for static is 100, 200, and dynamic is 100, 100. Thank you.